Hey everyone, hi, hello. क्या हाल चाल है आप सबके? Welcome in another session of this very series, that is Decoding Assistant Professor Examination via PYQs. So in this very series, basically what I am doing is I am solving the PYQs of different Assistant Professor examinations of different states. We have already solved the question paper of Rajasthan. From today onwards, in the next 2-3 sessions, we are going to cover Tamil Nadu Teaching Recruitment Board Assistant Professor Examination 2025. The examination happened in December. So there were 100 questions in the history segment. So we will be solving those questions. In today's session, I will be solving 25 questions out of it. Okay. So just give me a moment. I am logging from my other device. Okay. And then we will be, yeah, okay. If you're watching the recording, you can skip back 2-3 minutes. No issue with that. You know the drill. Sorry. Let me inform in the group as well that we are live. Okay. Hello Sachin. Hi Ankit. Good afternoon. Hey Shruti. Good afternoon. कैसे हैं आप सब? I'll be waiting for 1 minute and then I'll start the session. The class is happening at an odd time. There is a reason for that. Like Sunday tha, so I thought ki let's have a session, because in the evening we have a mock session of E.H. Carr's book. That's why I thought ki let's have a session in the afternoon only. Okay. Besides, if I get a chance, we can have an extra session in the evening as well, ना? तो किया जा सकता है. Anyway, so जैसे मैंने आपको बताया, we will be solving the questions of Tamil Nadu Teachers Recruitment Board Assistant Professor Examination which happened in December. ठीक है. और बहुत सारे असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर एग्जामिनेशंस के नोटिफिकेशंस आ रही हैं, आ चुकी हैं. एमपी का फॉर्म, एमपी असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर के एग्जामिनेशन का जो फॉर्म है वो लाइक खुल गया है. आप लोग अप्लाई कर सकते हैं. जुलाई में उसका एग्जामिनेशन है. देन वी हैव वेस्ट बंगाल असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर एग्जामिनेशन जो होता है उसकी भी नोटिफिकेशन आ गई है. सो बिसाइड्स यूपी का यूपी जीडीसी का एग्जामिनेशन आपका 31 मई को है. सो ऑल दीज एग्जामिनेशंस दे आर इन द पाइपलाइन. तो एंड क्वेश्चंस जो आपके आते हैं वो स्टैंडर्ड क्वेश्चंस होते हैं असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर के. थोड़ा सा उनका लेवल अप होता है, तो इसलिए आपको जरा सा भी इसमें कोताही नहीं बरतनी चाहिए कि ठीक है आप क्वेश्चन सॉल्व नहीं कर रहे हैं. सो कीप ऑन वॉचिंग दीज सेशंस. इनफैक्ट जो PYQ सेशंस हमने किए हैं उन सेशंस को भी आप मिस बिल्कुल भी मत कीजिए. ठीक है. वी हैव टेकन 70 प्लस क्वेश्चंस सेशंस देयर. तो आप उसको रिवाइज करते रहिए. प्रीटी सून इट विल रिटर्न, वी विल बी रिटर्निंग विद न्यू सेट ऑफ सेशंस. वो आपका होगा. बट टिल देन लेट्स सॉल्व दीज क्वेश्चंस. ये आपके इवन यूजीसी नेट एग्जामिनेशन जो अपकमिंग है उसमें भी आपके important होगा. Okay. Before I begin, let me check from my side कि whether I'm like my audio is fine or not. एक बार अपनी तरफ से भी आप बता दीजिए कि ऑडियो ठीक है आप सबकी तरफ. Let me check from my side. हाँ, मेरी तरफ सही है. Okay, चलिए. This is the first question, guys. Aira, hello, hi, I like your name. Hey Komal, good afternoon. Hi Kavita ji, good afternoon. Finally, I'm doing the question paper you asked for. Hello Mizzy, it's my pleasure. Kavita ji, hi Anjita, good afternoon. Chalo. Which of the following rulers issued the Apratik type coin? Okay, this is like we will be doing 25 questions today, in this very session. Chaliye, this is the first question. Which of the following rulers issued the Apratik type coin, guys? The Apratik type. अप्रतिग मतलब जिसको हराया ना जा सके. ओके, अप्रतिग, अनकंक्वेर्ड, इनविंसिबल. द आंसर फॉर दिस वेरी क्वेश्चन इज कुमार गुप्त. ओके, द आंसर फॉर दिस वेरी क्वेश्चन इज कुमार गुप्त. ही इशूड the apratig type of coin. Okay, the apratig type of coin. It's a unique and rare gold coin issued by the Gupta Emperor Kumaragupta I. This is the coin which you are seeing here. The obverse or the front side, as you can see, you are seeing the depiction of a central male figure identified by the king himself, and he is being flanked by two figures, usually interpreted as a male in warrior's dress as well as a female, possibly the queen, okay, on the other. Now this reverse of the coin, it features Lakshmi seated on a lotus with the Brahmi legend Apratiga. Okay, the Brahmi legend which you are seeing, Apratiga or unconquered. Got it? Now Kumaragupta I is noted for issuing the largest variety of gold coins among all the Gupta rulers. In fact, up to 14 distinct type of coins they have been issued by Kumaragupta, including some other unique designs like Kartikeya type of coins. Nobody else, no other Gupta rulers has issued Kartikeya type of coins. Also the rhinoceros slayer coins. Okay? So that kind of coins, it was also not issued by any other rulers. So yeah, besides this is also a coin which is quite rare, okay, because we hardly find many specimen of such kind of coins. Okay, so this has been issued by Kumaragupta. अगला question करते हैं. Who from the following has done the basic documentation of the Bhimbetka group of paintings? Now you can see, like we have just solved Rajasthan paper, Rajasthan Assistant Professor examination. Now we are solving the Tamil Nadu Assistant Professor examination, and you just see the level of paper, okay, the level of questions being asked. I know they are highly factual questions, but still the level is pretty high, even somewhat higher than UGC NET examination. So you should be very clear, you should be very serious about preparing for this very examination. Okay, chale. The answer for this very question is Yashodhar Mathpal. Okay, Yashodhar Mathpal, the person who has done basic documentation of the Bhimbetka group of painting is Yashodhar Mathpal. It was in 1957 when Dr. V.S. Wakankar when Dr. V.S. Wakankar discovered the Bhimbetka rock shelters, and Dr. Yashodhar Mathpal, after that, he is credited with conducting the first exhaustive and scientific study of the site. He spent years painstakingly copying the cave drawings in the original colors, in scaling and all. Documenting का मतलब वही हुआ कि आपके जो cave की wall पे बनी हुई painting है उसको दोबारा से आप एक पेपर पे कॉपी पे उसको बना रहे हैं, so that it can be further studied, it can be further analyzed. That is the documentation now. So yes, he did it, and in fact he covered 133 caves, copying the cave drawings in their original colors, in their original scale, जितनी लंबाई चौड़ाई की हैं, with their original background even. Okay, and his work was published in a book which was published in 1984. उस किताब का नाम था Prehistoric Rock Paintings of Bhimbetka. Prehistoric rock paintings of Bhimbetka. Okay, this was the book, and this was the book which was published in 1984, and it provided the first faithful reproduction and analysis of the paintings, stratigraphy and compositions. ठीक है, so ये थोड़ा सा नया fact है सबके लिए, but important है. Please keep this thing in your mind. It was Yashodhar Mathpal who did it. ओके नाउ बाकी जो नाम है उसके बारे में थोड़ा सा हम उनके बारे में कुछ बताएं आपको. यूएस मूर्ति, ही इज अ कंटेम्प्रेरी ऑफ इंडियन, ही इज अ कंटेम्प्रेरी इंडियन आर्कियोलॉजिस्ट and he is known for his research on Iron Age and megalithic cultures, okay, of South India. And while he has contributed significantly to the Indian prehistory, but in the primary focus it was on the documenting megalithic cultures and Iron Age, iron using cultures of Deccan and South India. ACL Carlyle, the name is pretty famous. He was an assistant to Alexander Cunningham. He's a monumental figure in your Indian rock art history. In fact, he was the one who in 1867-68 जिन्होंने डिस्कवर किया था सोहागी घाट में पहली रॉक पेंटिंग, है ना. He was the one who discovered the first rock paintings in India, and likely it is in the world for the first time. सोहागी घाट मिर्जापुर डिस्ट्रिक्ट में इनको मिला था, ठीक है. So yeah, and जेरोम जैकबसन अमेरिकन आर्कियोलॉजिस्ट रहे हैं ये, एंड इन्होंने 1970s में भीमबेटका पे काम किया है. इनका वर्क जो था फोकस था एक्सकेवेशन एंड एनालिसिस ऑफ स्टोन टूल्स, स्पेशली आपके जो माइक्रोलिथ्स मिले थे वहां से, you know, the microliths which we find related to megalithic time period. He analyzed those. He conducted test probing in dozens of shelters to provide to understand the land use and movement. Okay, so yeah, like this was your Jeremy Jacobs. Next, match the following: Ilango Adigal, Nambi Andar Nambi, Manikavachak Sakar, and Poyamolip Pulavar. Okay, they are text basically. Sorry for the pronunciation. हाँ जी बताइए. एक तो आप जानते ही हैं, इनफैक्ट दो जानते हैं. The answer for this very question is D. Ilango Adigal, as many of you know, Silapadikaram, you know, Ilango Adigal. He was a Chera prince. Later on, he got converted to Jainism. Jaina monk bane wo. He is the renowned author of Silapadikaram, one of the 5 great epics of Tamil literature. Nambi and Nambi, or sometimes like yeah. So he has written this Tirutondar, Tiruvandai. Okay, Tirutondar, Tiruvandai. Nambi Andar Nambi, he was a Shaivite scholar, and he was the one who compiled the Tirumarai. Okay, the Tirumarai. इन्होंने ही कंपाइल किया, एंड ही also authored this Tirutondar Tiruvandai. Tirutondar Tiruvandai किस लिए important है? Because it chronicles the lives of the 63 Nayanar saints. Okay, then Manikava Shakar, he wrote this Tirukkovayar. Manikava Shakar, he was a 9th century Shaivite saint. Okay, and he's the author of this very text, and yeah, he also wrote this Tiruvasagam. Okay, the last text, Tanchaivanam Kovai, yeah, he is the author of this. Sorry, next question number 34. Brahmi and Kharoshthi scripts are example of logographic script type. Siddha Matrika is a script which evolved out of Gupta Brahmi in the late 6th century. इसका आंसर देखो, लोगोग्राफिक क्या होता है? चित्रलिपि. ओके, लोगोग्राफी चित्रलिपि, जहां से जैसे आप अगर कहीं जाइए किसी इसलिए मैं आपको बोलता हूँ कि म्यूजियम वगैरह विजिट करते रहा कीजिए आप। तो कहीं म्यूजियम में या वैसे आपने कभी देखा हो लाइक इजिप्शियन hieroglyphs, if you have seen, so you'll find certain symbols are being used. All of these symbols, like even particular symbol, it denotes entire words. Okay, that is your chitralipi. Like one particular symbol, it denotes the entire words or even entire concepts. Got it? But Brahmi and Kharosti, they are not logographic script type. Okay, they are classified as they were in fact alpha syllabic script, जिनमें आपके alphabets हैं, syllables हैं. Okay, and they were described as abugidars. So that kind of script. ठीक. Second statement, however, Siddhamatrika. Siddhamatrika is also known as Siddham. Okay, or sometimes Kuttil script. Kuttil. Okay, it's a medieval Brahmic script that evolved from the Gupta Brahmi script, and it gained prominence and was widely used for writing Sanskrit starting from the 6th century AD, and it later served as the ancestor to many modern scripts, including Devanagari, Bengali, and all. Okay, yeah. Next, question number 35, please. ध्यान से पढ़िए. स्टेटमेंट एंड assertion रीजन टाइप के क्वेश्चंस काफी हैं. The fundamental philosophy of Upanishads can be summed up by saying the universe is the Brahman, but the Brahman is the Atman. Statement second, the story of Nachiketa is found in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. उपनिषदों का मूल दर्शन को संक्षेप में इस प्रकार कहा जा सकता है कि ब्रह्मांड ही ब्रह्म है, परंतु ब्रह्म ही आत्मा है. ओके, correct, Gauri, correct. Yeah, so the first statement is correct. The first statement, the central philosophy of the Upanishad is the identification of Atman with Brahman. ठीक है, आत्मन को आप ब्राह्मण के साथ जो रिकॉग्नाइज करते हैं, दैट इज द सेंट्रल फिलॉसफी ऑफ योर Upanishads, and this fundamental thought is captured in the great sayings or Mahavakyas, such as I am Atma Brahma, or the Atman is Brahma. Okay, or the Atman is Brahman. From this is from your Manduk Upanishad. In fact, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad में भी आपके अहम ब्रह्मास्मि लिखा है, I am Brahman. Again, it talks about that that Atma is Brahman. Okay, the second statement, however, the story of Nachiketa and his dialogue with Yam is the primary narrative of Kathopanishad, not Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. It is in Kathopanishad, guys. Okay, it's in Kathopanishad. In this story, Nachiketa seeks knowledge about the nature of the soul and what happens after death, eventually receiving the teaching of Atma Vidya. Okay, that is self knowledge from Yam. So basically यहाँ पे भी nature of soul और इन सब के बारे में बात की है नचिकेता ने, but it has been given in Kathopanishad. That's why the C answer is correct. चलिए, क्वेश्चन नंबर 36. You need to match them. क्षेत्रस्य पति अपनस्वति अर्तन खिला भूमि. ठीक, तो क्षेत्रस्य पति presiding deity over each field. Okay, ऋग्वेद में ये मेंशन किया गया है, क्षेत्रस्य पति is the tutelary deity invoked to protect and bless the cultivated fields. Then we have Apnaswati. Okay, Apnaswati or Apnaswati, this was your fertile land. Okay, fertile land derived from the root apnas. Apnas का मतलब ही होता है wealth या production. Okay, Apnaswati refers to the land that is watery or richly productive. Then Artan is a wasteland. ये सारे आपके Rigvedic terms हैं. This term is associated with the wasteland or uncultivated land that is not fit for immediate farming. Khila bhumi, fallow land. Khilya, वहां से आया है, परती हुई जमीन जिस पे आपकी खेती नहीं की गई हो. Uncultivated land. Sometimes even wasteland or a strip of land left fallow between cultivated plots to regain fertility. इसके लिए भी आपके खिला या खिल्ले यूज होता है. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. महादंडनायक, महाशपतलिक, गौलमिक, ध्रुवधिकरणिकाज. ये जो गैप है इसको प्लीज सही कर लीजिएगा अपना. हाँ जी, आंसर बताइए. हाँ, very good, correct. So Mahadandanayak, he combined duties of judge and general. Mahashapatalik, he was the keeper of record. Golmik, officers in charge of forest and forts. Then Dhruvadhikarnikas, yes, officer in charge of land revenue. ठीक है. गुप्ता एम्पायर के ये आपके ऑफिशियल्स हैं. महादंडनायक, he was the officer served as chief justice or senior judicial officer, and though in some context उनके कुछ military responsibilities भी रहती थी, इसलिए second इसका ऑप्शन हुआ. महाशपतलिक रिकॉर्ड कीपर है. ठीक है. Golmik, these were military officers often placed in charge of administration in rural or tribal areas, and they managed military units. ठीक है, and were responsible for maintaining order and all. Dhruv Adhikarnikas, these officers were responsible for collection of land revenue. ठीक है. चलिए नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन नंबर 38. Assertion and reason. ध्यान से पढ़िए. ओके, चलिए स्टेटमेंट देखते हैं. फिरोज तुगलक ने अपनी पुस्तक फुतूहते फिरोज शाही में लिखा है, बिना उचित कारण या बहाने के किसी मुसलमान का खून नहीं बहाया जाएगा और ना ही किसी को यातना दी जाएगी. नो मुस्लिम ब्लड शैल बी शेड विदाउट जस्ट कॉज और एक्सक्यूज, दैट देयर शैल बी नो टॉर्चर. ओके, या assertion is correct. In Futuhut-e Firoz Shahi, he explicitly detailed his details his reforms aimed at aligning the state with Islamic principles. He states that under his reign, no Muslim blood shall be shed without just causes. Reason का बताया गया है, to prove his faith in Islamic laws, he got them inscribed on the tower of a mosque called Jami Masjid in Firozabad. Yes, this is also correct. He did do that. Now, whether it is explaining assertion or not, basically, yeah, he did that. In a way, it is partially explaining assertion because, when I talk about Firoz Shah Tughlaq, I mentioned this thing, how Firoz Shah Tughlaq, he had, throughout his reign, he had this kind of complexity because of his Hindu mother in order to prove that he is a pious Muslim or Islamic ruler. So yeah, it is correct. And the other half is also correct, that yes, he inscribed this Futut-e Firoz Shahi on a tomb of a mosque, Jami Masjid in Firozabad. Sorry, yeah. Question number 39, please. Question number 39. Guys, answer please. Statement type of questions. In 643 AD, Harshvardhan summoned an assembly at Kannauj. Its aim was to use Huensang's presence to spread the teachings of Buddhism in India. Correct hai. In 643 AD, Harshvardhan arranged an assembly at Prayag, which was attended by 18 royal companions of Harsha and Huensong. Both the statements are correct. Okay? And ये जो second प्रयाग assembly थी, इसका एक दूसरा नाम भी था. Can anyone tell me? Both statement 1 and 2 are correct. Okay. Guys, iska answer na, let's change it to B only, because it's partially explaining. It's not clearly explaining now that why he wrote it like this assertion. So it is partially only explaining. So let's not go with A. B is the clear cut answer. उसी पे रखते हैं. Let's change it. Sorry for that. Anyway, question number 39. जो आपका प्रयाग में जो इनका असेंबली हुई थी, इसका नाम था महामोक्ष परिषद. महामोक्ष परिषद. Very good, Gauri. Correct. महामोक्ष परिषद. Yes. Question number 40, please. Which one of the following is not the part of the Aryabhatiya written by Aryabhat? Answer पे चले? Yes. So Aryabhat ने कंपोज किया 499 AD के around. It is divided into 4 distinct chapters. Okay, all the chapters were called as Pad. Okay, all the chapters were called as Pad. Your Dash Geetika Sutra or Geetika Pad. It is also called as Geetika Pad. ये introductory section था, consisting of verses that set out basic astronomical parameters. Then we have Ganit Pad, arithmetic, geometry, algebra and all. Then Kalakriya Siddhant या आपका your Kalakriya Pad. And then Siddhant, ये आपका नहीं था. The fourth one was Gola Pad. Okay, the final section which discuss spherical astronomy, Earth's shape and cause of eclipse. Yes, sir. Very good. Correct question. Question number 41. Assertion and reason. Question number 41, please. Everyone. The Satpat and Atreya Brahmans, they refer to the kingdom of 10 generations, Das Purusham Rajyam. Okay, Satpat or Atreya Brahman, they mention the concept of Das Purusham Rajyam, okay, which translates to a kingdom that has lasted for 10 generations. Okay, this indicates the established nature of long-standing dynastic rule during the later Vedic time period. This is correct. A new statement, but it is a correct statement. Reason: there are few references to the election of king, but these probably amounted to the ratification of hereditary successions. While kingship became largely hereditary, guys, Vedic texts still contain references to the election of a king, especially by Samiti, okay, by the common people, by the Vis, who were the member of that assembly, Vedic assembly called Samiti. However, historians generally agree that these elections were often formal ratifications of an existing hereditary succession rather than a democratic choice between multiple candidates. Okay, it was not like that. ये उल्टा होता तो शायद A हम आंसर कर देते, but both statements are factually accurate, but the reason describes the nature of royal succession and the role of election or ratification. It does not explain why the Brahmanas specifically refer to a 10-generation kingdom. For that very logic, answer is B. Both A and R are correct, and R is not the correct explanation of assertion. Got it? Next. Okay, just a moment, I'm getting a call. Just a moment, guys. Sorry, so sorry for that. Okay, yeah, anyway, चलिए क्वेश्चन कीजिए. हाँ जी guys. Question number 42, please. I haven't changed the numbering because you know, from question number 1 to question number 30 they were in Tamil. No, the state general studies questions, and we are doing the questions from question number 31. Anyway, so the first statement that the Purush Sukta of Rig Veda Sanhita refers to 4 social groups: Brahman, Rajanya, Vaishya and Shudra. Kshatriya nahi mentioned tha, mind it. Though the word Varna is not mentioned, correct hai. Statement 1 correct hai. 10th Mandal ka hymn 90 जो है, it is the earliest text to refer to the 4-fold division of society. It describes the Brahman, mouth, Rajanya, arms, Vaishya, thighs and Shudra, feet, as originating from the body of the cosmic beings Purush, Okay, critically, while it describes these four groups, it does not use the term Varna to categorize them, and the word appears in later layers of Vedic literature and in other contexts. ठीक है. Second statement जो आपका बता रहा है कि in Panchvinsh Brahman, where Indra is associated with the creation of the Varnas, the Rajanya are placed first, followed by the Brahman and then Vaishya. Yes, there are accounts of creation of these social groups where Indra is central to the process, and in this specific Brahmanical tradition, Rajanya जो है warrior या ruler, they are sometimes given precedence in the order of creation or association with Indra, followed by the Brahman and Vaishya, reflecting varying hierarchical viewpoint in different Vedic texts. तो दोनों ही statements आपके correct हैं. New statement, but they are correct. Keep them in mind. चलिए, question number 43 guys. Statement 1. The Rig Vedic concept of Reet refers to the order of the universe, the order of sacrifice, and the moral order that human beings should adhere to. Statement 2. The Dharma appears in the Rig Veda and it is more important than Reet. Answer please. The Rig Vedic concept of Reet refers to the order of universe, cosmic order. Okay, the order of sacrifice and the moral order that human beings should adhere to. This is correct. Okay, the Dharma appears in Rig Veda and it is more important than Reet. This is wrong. Okay, while both the terms appear in Vedic literature, Reet is more foundational and prominent concepts in the early Vedic period. Dharma is often seen as a subordinate component or a later manifestation that evolved from Reet. Okay, so the first statement is your correct, and the second statement is incorrect. B is the answer, guys. Okay, question 43. Question number 43, please. Sorry, 44. Sorry. The Rig Veda asserts that there are 33 gods associated with the sky, earth and intermediate region. Correct. 33 कोटि जो gods की बोला गया है, जिसको 33 कोटि को 33 करोड़ बोल दिया जाता है. But this is basically the 33 types of gods associated with the sky, earth and the intermediate region. A is correct. ठीक है. And this classification often allocates 11 gods to each of the three words, totaling 33. Okay, reason is Winternitz described this phenomena as henotheism. It is wrong. Basically, while the phenomena described that treating various individual gods as the highest at the moment of their invocation is indeed called henotheism, okay, or cathenotheism, but it was famously coined and defined by Max Muller, not Winternitz. Okay, Max Muller and not Winternitz, guys. ये Max Muller ने बोला henotheism. Henotheism is basically that kind of worship where one particular god is the highest at the moment of his or her invocation. Okay, it was coined by Max Muller. Max Muller used this term to describe the Vedic religion as a stage between polytheism and monotheism, where each deity is momentarily addressed as supreme. Got it? So yeah. So with this we have A is correct and R is not correct. Question number 45. आंसर कीजिए क्वेश्चन नंबर 45 का. So B.B. Lal, he has written the earliest civilization of South Asia. ठीक है, the earliest civilization of South Asia, rise, maturity and decline. J.M. Kinoyer, he wrote the ancient cities of Indus Valley civilization. Nanjot Lahiri, the archaeology of Indian trade routes. And Dilip Chakravarti, इनके like guide रहे हैं, supervisor रहे हैं, the external trade of Indus civilization. ठीक है. Yeah, question number 46. Answer please. Question number 46. Everyone. Yeah. So Malhar was the center of copper smelting and the making of copper artifacts. No, Malhar is in your Chandauli district of UP. It was known for iron metallurgy, not copper. So this is wrong. Then we have another iron was found at besides एक छत्तीसगढ़ में भी मल्हार है, but it is known for its sculptural wealth and ancient temples, not specifically as a copper smelting centers. Then we have the second statement. Iron has indeed been found at Raja Nalka Tila. Raja Nalka Tila is in Sonbhadra district. Okay, it was also reported from Panduraja DB in Ajay Valley in West Bengal. This is also correct. Okay, first millennium BC round. Second statement is correct. So statement 1 is incorrect, statement 2 is correct. In fact, we have in the Sonbhadra area, in the Malhar area, we had the the traditional tribes, who were kind of involved in your in this iron smelting. Okay, we have the traditional tribes who were involved, who still are kind. We have a tribe called as Agaria. Okay, there is a tribe in your Sonbhadra area in UP. There is a tribe called Agaria. Historically, Agarias are known or as expert indigenous iron smelters, and उनका नाम अगरिया का नाम ही आग से आया है. Okay, because they use fire to smelt the ore, the iron ore. So yes, उसी से उनका नाम अगरिया पड़ गया. तो अगरिया tribe is particularly involved in this. चलिए next. ओके, चलिए आंसर कीजिए इसका एवरीवन. बार्ले, वीट, अयो, विकार, कुशी, राइस. क्वेश्चन नंबर 47. ओके, सो बार्ले आप यावो को बोलते हैं, ठीक है, सॉरी, बार्ले इज यावो। व्हीट वॉज कॉल्ड एज गोधूम, बताया है मैंने ये, व्हीट इज गोधूम। आयो विकार कुशी, आयरन प्लाउशेयर, ओके, आयो विकार कुशी, आयरन प्लाउशेयर, एंड राइस व्रीहि। ओके, 3 4 2 1 कौन सा है? बी, बी इज द आंसर। चलिए क्वेश्चन नंबर 48 प्लीज। क्वेश्चन नंबर 48 प्लीज। A token bride price of a cow and a bull is given. ये जो मैंने आपको different types of marriages के बारे में है ये. Father gives the girl without dowry and without demanding any bride price. Marriage by purchase, marriage by capture. कौन कौन से टाइप की मैरिजेस हैं ये आप बताना है आपको. Yes, a token bride price of a cow and bull is given. ये आपका अर्श मैरिज है, ठीक है. Then father gives the girl without dowry and without demanding any bride price. ये प्रजापत्य मैरिज है. Then आपका मैरिज बाय परचेज असुर मैरिज है. मैरिज बाय कैप्चर आपका राक्षस मैरिज है, ठीक है. 3 4 2 1. क्वेश्चन नंबर 49, ठीक है. सो अशोक, ये भी आपका ट्रेडिशनल टॉपिक से आया है क्वेश्चन. अशोक ने बहुत सारी मिशनरीज भेजी थी अलग अलग जगहों पे, ओके, एंड इसमें आपके कुछ मिशनरीज के नाम दिए गए हैं, आपको मिलान करना है. कश्मीर एंड गांधार, अपरंतक, सुवर्ण भूमि, यून. हाँ जी, कश्मीर एंड गांधार, यहाँ पे आपके गए थे मध्यंतिका, ओके, और मध्यांतिका. ही वॉज डिस्पैच्ड टू नॉर्थ वेस्टर्न रीजन ऑफ कश्मीर एंड गांधार. अपरंतक यहाँ पे आपके लाइक गए थे योन धम्म रखित. अपरंतक he went, sorry, योन धम्म रखित he was sent to अपरंतक, which corresponds to the western coast of India, northern Gujarat and सिंध का एरिया. सुवर्ण भूमि में आपके सोन और उत्तर गए थे. द मिशनरी सोन एंड उत्तर वर सेंट टू सुवर्ण भूमि, जनरली आइडेंटिफाइड विद पार्ट्स ऑफ साउथ ईस्ट एशिया सच एज म्यांमार एंड थाईलैंड. देन महारखित योन, ओके, he went in Yona region, which refers to the Hellenistic or Greek kingdoms, might be of northwest area or in West Asia itself. चलिए क्वेश्चन नंबर 50. On account of growing pressure from Scythian tribes, the later Greek rulers of Bactria, not bacteria, were unable to sustain power and forced to invade India. Reason says Greek rulers introduced features of Hellenistic art in northwestern frontier of India. ये इजी है, दोनों ही स्टेटमेंट सही हैं. सीथियन ट्राइब्स का लाइक प्रेशर पड़ा, इसकी वजह से ग्रीक रूलर्स ऑफ बक्ट्रिया दे हैड टू मूव टुवर्ड्स इंडिया, ठीक है. एंड ग्रीक रूलर्स ने हेलेनिस्टिक आर्ट को नॉर्थ वेस्ट फ्रंटियर इंडिया में इंट्रोड्यूस किया. ये भी आपका करेक्ट है, बट दोनों ऑब्वियसली नॉट एक्सप्लेनिंग ईच अदर, दैट्स व्हाई आंसर इज बी. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन 51. एक सेकेंड, मैंने यहाँ पे कुछ लिखा था, आप लोगों ने पूछा भी नहीं. होमो अपॉर्चुनिस्टिकस। इस बार का इंडियन हिस्ट्री कांग्रेस का जो सेशन हुआ था उसमें टोनी जोसेफ ने अपना कीनोट एड्रेस दिया था, एंड उनके कीनोट एड्रेस का जो टाइटल था इट वाज होमो अपॉर्चुनिस्टिकस। ठीक है, द होमो अपॉर्चुनिस्टिकस, द कंटिंजेंट कंटेस्टेड एवोल्यूशन ऑफ कास्ट, okay, or the making of caste. So basically he has talked about how the caste has evolved over the time period. He went in the Vedic text, early Vedic text, later Vedic text, and he went in the linguistics as well, because there was a question which was asked on Reet and Dharm. So he talked in that essay, he talked at length about Dharm and how the concept of dharma it came into being, and it acquired a central position in the Hindu system, in the Hindu custom. So इसके बारे में भी उन्होंने बात किया है. If you guys are interested, you can read it, Homo Opportunisticus by Tony Joseph. It's easily available on the internet. In fact, he himself shared it on Twitter. If you guys are interested, you can ask me and I can send you there, send the PDF to you guys. But yeah, आपको इसमें अगर कास्ट में या कास्ट के एवोल्यूशन पे आपको इंटरेस्ट नहीं है तो obviously you might not be interested that much, but if you are interested in knowing the linguistics around the caste, तो at least जो ऐसे का जो स्टार्टिंग के 8-10 पेजेस हैं वो आप पढ़ सकते हो. उसमें उन्होंने धर्म के बारे में बहुत डिटेल में बात किया है, एंड इट वाज अ गुड लेक्चर. आई थॉरोली एंजॉयड इट, एंजॉयड रीडिंग इट. चलिए, क्वेश्चन नंबर 51 प्लीज. लेक्चर था वो, अब पेजेस तो याद नहीं है, 25-30 पेज होगा. हाँ जी. द कॉइन्स ऑफ इंडो ग्रीक रूलर्स वर मेड ऑफ गोल्ड एंड सिल्वर एंड वर ऑफन स्क्वायर इन शेप. नहीं भाई, इंडो ग्रीक कॉइन्स स्क्वायर में थोड़ी होते थे. ओके, they were not often square in shape, they were round in shape. ठीक है. Indo-Greek rulers, they were the first to issue gold coins in India. Their primary currency for daily and widespread use even in Indian portion is silver and copper only. Gold coins were relatively rare in Indian territories under their rule. Mostly आपके बख्तियान एरिया में ज़्यादा मिलता थे. ठीक है, जो ये इंडो-ग्रीक रूलर्स थे. इंडिया में आपके गोल्ड कॉइन्स नहीं मिले हैं उतने ज़्यादा, बहुत रेयर है, बट फिर भी क्योंकि बख्तिया के साथ साथ इंडिया पे भी रूल कर रहे थे, तो वो इंडिया की पहली डायनेस्टी थी जिन्होंने गोल्ड कॉइन्स इश्यू किए थे, तो इसमें तो कोई डाउट नहीं है. बट मोस्ट ऑफ द इंडो ग्रीक कॉइन्स दे वर राउंड. ठीक है, फॉलोइंग द हेलेनिस्टिक स्टैंडर्ड और एटिक स्टैंडर्ड, व्हाइल दे डिड इंट्रोड्यूस स्क्वायर कॉइन्स. ठीक है, स्क्वायर कॉइन्स क्यों? क्योंकि इंडिया में इनसे पहले जो कॉइन्स थे वो स्क्वायर या रेक्टेंगुलर शेप में ही होते थे, पंच मार्क कॉइन्स. ठीक है, तो वो इंडियन स्टैंडर्ड्स थे. बट द राउंड कॉइन्स और द उनके कॉइन्स मोस्टली राउंड थे. स्क्वायर कॉइन्स कुछ आपके इशू किए गए थे टू appeal the local populations, and these were typically made of silver and copper, not gold, just like in India. And the statements, however, implication that gold coins were often square is historically inaccurate. That's why first statement is wrong. Second statement, जिसमें ये बता रहा है कि the Indo-Greek coins had bilingual inscription in Greek and Kharoshthi, more rarely Brahmi. So this is also correct. ठीक है, ये वेल डॉक्यूमेंटेड हॉलमार्क है इंडो ग्रीक कॉइनेज का कि वो बाइलिंगुअल रहे हैं. एक साइड में, फ्रंट साइड में ग्रीक में है एंड बैक साइड में प्राकृत या प्राकृत में लिखा हुआ है विद द खरोष्ठी स्क्रिप्ट. कई बार ब्राह्मी स्क्रिप्ट का भी यूज किया गया है बट इन सर्टेन कॉइन्स. तो सेकेंड स्टेटमेंट आपका सही है. तो स्टेटमेंट 1 इज इनकरेक्ट, स्टेटमेंट 2 इज करेक्ट. चलिए, क्वेश्चन नंबर 52 प्लीज. An assertion of royal absolutism by Mauryan rulers was a natural culmination of policy of military conquest adopted by the princes of Magad. The modern administration mechanism was backed by an elaborate system of espionage. दोनों स्टेटमेंट करेक्ट है, एक क्यों बोल रहे हो आप लोग? मौर्य शासकों द्वारा राजतंत्र की स्थापना मगध के राजकुमारों द्वारा अपनाई गई सैन्य विजय की नीति का स्वाभाविक परिणाम था। करेक्ट। मौर्य प्रशासन तंत्र जासूसी की एक विस्तृत प्रणाली द्वारा समर्थित था। दोनों ही करेक्ट हैं, बट दोनों लाइक रीजन एक्सप्लेन नहीं करा है ना। सैन्य विजय की नीति है, यहाँ पे जासूसी की बात की गई है, दोनों डिफरेंट हैं। चलिए क्वेश्चन नंबर 53 प्लीज। देखने में तो आ रहा है ना, थोड़ा सा क्वेश्चन बड़ा था इसलिए फॉन्ट छोटा है। आई होप कि दिख रहा हो आपको। पढ़िए आराम से पहले। चलिए, according to Jainism, Nirvana is achieved when the soul set itself free and rises at once above the highest heaven to the top of the universe, where it remains in inactive omniscient bliss through all eternity. ठीक है, ओके। जैनिज्म में यही मोक्ष है, जब सारे ही कार्मिक कर्म के द्वारा जो बंधन क्रिएट किए गए हैं, सारे बॉन्ड हट जाते हैं, वो आपके यूनिवर्स के बिल्कुल टॉप पे, जिसको सिद्धशील बोला जाता है, इट वॉज अ प्लेस once above the highest heaven, it is your सिद्धशील। तो जब सिद्धशील में पहुंच जाते हैं, तो सिद्धशील में वो ही remain as a सिद्ध, in a state of eternal, infinite, omniscient bliss। ठीक है, करेक्ट है। सेकेंड स्टेटमेंट, ट्रांसमाइग्रेशन इन जैनिज्म कैन ओनली बी escaped by dispelling of the karma already adhering to the soul, called as samvar, and by ensuring that no more is acquired, called nirjar। ये अगर आप देखेंगे तो ये उल्टा है। Samvar is the process of stopping or blocking the influx of new karma. Nirjar is the process of shedding or dispelling the karma। ठीक है, ये जो आपके सॉरी दिखेगा ही नहीं, खुशी मैं इसको ज्यादा जूम करूंगा तो ठीक है। एनीवे, सो आप लोग जूम शायद यूट्यूब में आता है ना? हाँ, यूट्यूब में अपने आप ही जूम का ऑप्शन आता है। हमसे क्यों जूम करवाते हो आप लोग? हाँ तो रहा है, यूट्यूब में जूम का ऑप्शन आता है आपके, यू कैन जूम इट एट योर स्क्रीन ओनली। आई जस्ट चेक। एनीवे, सो आई वाज सेइंग दिस थिंग दैट जो यहाँ पे आपके ये असराव के बारे में बात कर रहा है। असराव का मतलब क्या है कि हाउ द कर्म, how the karma, it basically creates bondage over your soul. That whole process is called as asrav। okay, that whole process is called as asrav। हम बताते हैं जैनिज्म पढ़ाते हुए। अब जो कर्मा, एक्यूमुलेटेड कर्मा है, ओके, उस एक्यूमुलेटेड कर्म को आपको एक्यूमुलेटेड कर्म के द्वारा जो बॉन्डेज एक्यूमुलेट हुआ है, उसको आप जो खत्म करते हो, दैट यू डू वाया निर्जर, वाया द प्रैक्टिस कॉल्ड एज निर्जर। और आप में अब एडिशनल कर्मा बॉन्डेज ना क्रिएट कर पाए, इसके लिए यू परफॉर्म व्हाट इज कॉल्ड एज संवर। तो ये उल्टा है, ये डेफिनेशन जो दिया है ये थोड़ा सा इधर उधर हो गया है, इसलिए आपका सेकंड स्टेटमेंट रॉन्ग है। ओके, करेक्ट खुशी। तो स्टेटमेंट 1 इज करेक्ट बट स्टेटमेंट 2 इज इनकरेक्ट। Question number 53. Question number 54, please. समझ में आया ना? जैनिज्म पढ़ाते हुए हम बताते हैं इसके बारे में। Again, talk about it. But I'm happy that this question has been asked. तो मेरे को लगता है कि मैं ऐसे ही इतना डीप में जाता हूँ, पढ़ाता रहता हूँ। चलिए, given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion, other one is labeled as reason. Assertion. A passage in the Vishnu Purana refers to the Guptas enjoying all the territories along the Ganga up to Prayag, as well as Saket and Magad. Reason: Samudragupta empires include the area of Bihar and adjoining areas of Uttar Pradesh and Bengal. Once again, दोनों स्टेटमेंट सही हैं, however एक्सप्लेन नहीं कर रहा है इसको. कोई डाउट हो तो पूछ लीजिएगा. लास्ट क्वेश्चन आज के सेशन का, क्वेश्चन नंबर 55. ठीक है. Huansong assertion पढ़ते हैं. Huansong pointed out that many new cities had come into prominence and old ones were on the decline. Patliputra was no longer the premier city of northern India and its place was taken by Kannauj. सही है, बिल्कुल सही है. Both A and R are correct and R is the correct explanation of assertion. Although थोड़ा सा उल्टा होता तो और अच्छा मजा आता, पर ठीक है. या A is correct. 7th century Chinese traveler Huansong जो आपके आते हैं हर्ष के टाइम पीरियड पे, वो बताते हैं कि बहुत सारे नए शहर जो हैं वो प्रोमिनेंस में आ रहे हैं, पुराने शहर आपके डिक्लाइन कर रहे हैं क्योंकि हर्षवर्धन के टाइम पीरियड में आए थे. कन्नौज आपका मेजर सेंटर था, वो कैपिटल सिटी था. ठीक है. इसी कन्नौज को लेके त्रिकोणी संघर्ष बाद में होता है, पाल प्रतिहारा एंड राष्ट्रकूटास के बीच में ट्राइपार्टाइट स्ट्रगल. So yes, Patliputra was no longer the premier city of northern India, and at its place was taken by Kannauj. So yeah, that's it for this very session. अगर आपको किसी भी क्वेश्चन में कोई डाउट हो तो you can comment below. And once again, I'm just informing you guys, अथर्व 2.0 बैच आपका लाइव है. ठीक है. एंशिएंट इंडिया का नया कोर्स आपका चल रहा है. इसकी क्लासेस कल लाइक 2 क्लास हो गई हैं, अगली क्लास आपकी कल होगी. देन वी ऑल्सो हैव हिस्टोरियोग्राफी का कोर्स. इट इज नियर कंक्लूजन. 2 से 3 सेशन और बाकी है, नहीं तो ये कोर्स खत्म है आपका. Okay, we also have a test session at 7 PM today on UPHESC's work, What is History, chapter number 4 पे. तो I hope आप लोगों ने पढ़ा लिखा होगा इसके बारे में. बाकी कोई डाउट परेशानी तो लाइक आप हमको बता सकते हैं. ओम्स हिस्ट्री टेलीग्राम पे मेरा ग्रुप है, जो ये आपको वाटरमार्क दिख रहा है, ये आप सर्च कर सकते हैं, वो ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं. Here I am taking a moment for also to couple of you who had become the member of this YouTube channel as well. Membership I guess 100-200 रुपए पर मंथ का ही है, but some of you have joined as a member. और मैंने ऐसा कुछ उसका प्रमोशन वगैरह नहीं किया था कि मेंबरशिप मैंने लॉन्च किया है. इट्स जस्ट दैट कि it is open to you guys or those regular visitor of this YouTube channel in order to सपोर्ट दिस यूट्यूब सेशंस एंड ऑल. वो टोकन मनी टाइप में है, 100-150 रुपए पर मंथ. आप जानते हैं क्या ही है वो, एक बर्गर भी नहीं आता उसमें ढंग का. तो यस, तो थैंक यू, बट स्टिल whoever has joined, so thank you so much for you guys. Because I do not take anything for the YouTube sessions. All of them, they are free. All these sessions are free, and how these sessions are going to help you. Many of you have benefited from it. Many of you will. So yeah, still who have joined it, thank you. Okay, I'm not forcing anyone for it, but जिन्होंने भी अपनी तरफ से ज्वाइन किया है उनके लिए थैंक यू. आपके लिए कुछ कुछ हम करते रहेंगे, जो लोग भी मेंबर हैं. ठीक है, परेशान मत होइए इस पे. ठीक है, बाय बाय गाइस, टेक केयर. कल मिलते हैं. एंड क्योंकि होली की छुट्टी चल रही है तो आई होप कि आप लोगों को ऐसे हम दोपहर में सेशन रख लेंगे तो कोई इशू होना नहीं चाहिए. ठीक है, तो लेट्स मीट अगेन टुमारो अराउंड 12:30 PM. ठीक है, व्हेन आई schedule the YouTube session, I will inform you on my Telegram group, Homes History. Okay.